your thoughts on Kendrick kind of co-signing him like as a like this true artist
Uh,
when we're finding it difficult to even comprehend what the fuck he's saying.
I do think it's odd in the sense of Kendrick's been on this like watch the party die tirade, and I kind of consider Playboy Cardi one of the hosts of the
Yeah,
party.
the headliner.
The one who is supplying the perks and shit. So I think that part is a bit odd, but the more I think about it, I think it's less about like being righteous and more about being authentic. So like even with Future, for instance, like I think it seems like he's a known sleazebag or whatever you want to call him, like who wears it on his sleeve and is cool with it. But I think with for someone like Kendrick, it's not an issue because like that's one of the like many facets of being human in his eyes. Like
Sure.
that's just him. He's authentic. Whereas I think this battle with Drake is like you're trying to be that and promote that, but that's not you. I think it's less about like who these people are and more about don't portray something you're not because that does more damage because you don't suffer the consequences. Whereas, with like Playboy Cardi, he probably just sees him as like some troubled hood kid who like, is celebrating something he can't change or whatever.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's kind
the
of like a convoluted way of looking at it. But
no, dude. But I think there's something there. I think this is probably Kendrick standing next to him, or he maybe can justify in the sense of like he wants to be around authenticity, right? And even if that authenticity is like sleazebag or vampire, vamp life, or whatever, he's like, if that's your authentic self, I fuck with that, right? Whatever that is. It was just weird, like some of the lyrics where he's like, I'm your evil twin. Cardi's my evil twin. And it's like, bro, is he, bro? Like, what do you like? You truly
yeah,
identify with this guy in some kind of way? But yeah, I think there's a story there. Yeah, I'm not even worried about, bro, like yeah, you called Drake this or you don't like that, but you're standing. I don't care about
yeah,
that. I was more like, again, he's literally co-signing this guy as an artist, right? On the album
mhm,
that he's defining himself as I am music. And you're on
yeah.
three songs pretty much saying, yeah. And it's like, bro, what?
And
Like,
also, like, I mean, strategically, I could see how it makes sense by like Kendrick knowing that in order to infiltrate like the system and get his message, like he has to align with the popular people that normally wouldn't fuck with him. Obviously, he's not gonna do that with Drake because that seems like a bit more personal. But I think besides that, like it's a genius move for him to align with the people that maybe are artistically aren't, don't provide the most value from like a message standpoint. But if he does align with the Cardis and those guys, like it's much easier for him for people to at least be willing to listen and potentially fuck with the more meaningful shit he might have to say outside of that
yeah, dude.
song.
But my thing, and I agree with you, right? Like it is strategic and it makes sense. So like, I think there's a couple facets to this. So one, I feel like it's odd that everything you said I agree with. However, that's also the shit that he was half the shit he said that Drake does to his advantage, go to Atlanta to pop, like him being on this Cardi album is strictly it should be for only strategic reason because it doesn't make sense, right? Like I think sonically it's kind of odd besides that one song that's like was it the backdoor one? That like kind of he has
Yeah,
like a
back
similar flow to like
for
30 for
singing.
30 and yeah, yeah, dude, like again, I think like that flow right now is like an absolute fucking cheat code. It's like whatever Post Malone was doing like it 5 years ago, that he knew exactly what notes to hit. Kendrick Lamar has figured it out with that Luther 30 for 30 backdoor. So those songs did sound great, but I think it was just funny that like I think this is clearly a strategic play of like, hey, this is going to be the biggest album out this year for whatever reason, right? The nicheness of it, the excitement, the mysteriousness of it. Let me get on this album to make it very clear that I am the fucking party, right? But yeah, it just felt weird, bro. It's like that's everything you accuse Drake of being, and like you shitted on it, right? And then the second part, I know we're gonna get to the UMG stuff later, bro. It's not a coincidence that all these dudes are signed to UMG, and this is like almost like another way of like it's these guys and then there's one guy not on this. And like I think it's not a coincidence, bro. So like it was very like again, I know all of these guys jump on each other's songs, but it was very interesting to have him like back in this realm with these dudes. Like, cause again, the future and I know he has other songs with Future, but the Metro and Future and like that record was again almost out of left field, right? We haven't heard Kendrick on those type of productions with those guys and since Black Panther, bro. What that was like almost like 10 fucking years ago, right? So to follow that up less than a year later with three fucking songs on this album, it felt like some bigger, strings being pulled to make it very clear that, bro, we're gonna make sure whoever comes out is seen at the as the biggest thing to make your sound or noise or whatever just feel like a thing of the past, bro. So like I think some of that was also that's my conspiracy theory of the episode. I don't have many more, but I think some of that was in play here.
Yeah, and to push back a little bit on the Drake Atlanta thing, I think the difference is, I think at the end of the day, it all goes back to like authenticity and motive. I feel like Kendrick's not saying like you shouldn't collaborate with artists from different regions or anything to that effect. I think it's more so he sees Drake as someone who's one like doing it infinitely more frequent level, but also just like changing his whole persona and like who he is to that region as well. It's almost like not only am I going to collaborate with you, but I'm going to like adopt the culture and like conveniently forget I'm even from Toronto for the purpose of this song, and have that sound and be in the clubs and like be in Atlanta literally and all that stuff. Whereas I think Kendrick's, for the moment, like just, I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, I think like Southern and Atlanta rap has just kind of always been dominant. So
Yeah.
if he does want to pop in for like a popular cultural moment, he kind of has like no choice but to work with, I mean, it's fucking Future, Cardi, Travis from the South. So he doesn't even like really have many options to make a wave outside of that.
Which again, it's my point with like Drake. If Drake wants to collab with someone, who is Drake gonna collab with, bro? Like,
Right. And that's why Drake, if I was Drake, I could say fuck it. I mean, granted, everyone hates him now, from the South or the people he used to work with, but I would just work with whoever because he can't win unless you fucking work with some dude out of like Nebraska or some shit.
yeah, 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 or some Pims we never heard of, and it's like, all right, well, at least someone likes him. But yeah, let's put a bow on the I Am Music review. I think we both agreed interesting features, underwhelming or overwhelming if depending how you look at it. But I think we both agree that Cardi kind of got lost in the mix of all that and the over the top production. So I mean, I would say for me, I would give it a C plus because I just think that production quality is too good for it to be any. I'll go C plus. But again, it was very challenging for me to listen to it because it was confusing why the production was over the top, but his vocals were so low to me. So yeah, I would say C plus from my side. How about you?
Yeah, I think C plus is fair. I didn't walk away feeling like it was horrible, but definitely left wanting a lot more. So yeah, I think C plus is fair.
Very cool. All right. Well, let us know your thoughts. Comment. Yeah, definitely comment. Let us know what your thoughts are. We missing it? Are we just two old heads who just will never get it? That's fine. But I do think the record has shown that we listen to like, I mean, dude, there was no bigger Kid Leroy and Jaden Smith fan than us, and we were 30-year-old men then. So, I do think young sounds are fine. It just needs to make sense.